it's your lovely Abbie Dagrin, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I would like to thank you all so much for supporting my channel and supporting me as well as my podcast, and I really appreciate every last one of you. Today I will be doing a natal chart reading on Ariana Grande. I will be continuing this series. I'll be explaining her placements and how it describes her personality and as well as her success, so please stay tuned for the rest of my video. If you are not yet a part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then this is your calling to do so. Please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Also, please hit that like button because I know you guys will love this video. Also, share this video with anyone you know, friends, family members, enemies, neighbors, or anyone you know. Now let's get right into the video, lovelies. Ariana Grande was born on June 26, 1993, and that qualifies her to be a Cancer. Since she has this placement in the Sun section, she is very intuitive, emotional, stable, steadfast, and makes a great listener. A lot of these characteristics come because Cancer is a water sign, so she does have a lot of intuition, and usually Cancers use their intuition to make a lot of decisions. She's very emotional, but it's not a bad thing. She's able to show her feelings and show how she truly feels, and is not ashamed of that. She is a stable person and also loves stability, and being in a stable relationship is very important to her. Lastly, her being a great listener is something that's common with someone with a Sun placement in Cancer. Next up is her moon in Libra. People with this placement are irresistible, they're intelligent, they're funny, they're charismatic, and great conversationalists. I just did a video on this yesterday, so you guys can check that video out. And also, this is very great because they are people who love to be around people, and people love to be around them. It's as though people just can't get enough of them, and it's a good feeling because they're very intelligent people. They're very smart, they know a lot of information, and they're the type of people that stay silent in order for them to observe a situation. They're very funny people, so they'll make you laugh. They're charismatic, and they're great at having conversations with people. All of these traits really help out with them being loved and them being a person who you want to be around and a person that you really appreciate. Next up is her Mercury in Cancer. This is great because her Sun and her Mercury are in the same sign, so it's able for her to communicate. So since she has this placement, she more than likely is the type of person to utilize their incredible listening skills to figure out what's going on below the surface. They're the type of people that they really want to help you with the situation, and they're very understanding, they're very warm, they're very cautious, they want things their way at times, and because they're the type of people that are willing to compromise, even though they want it their way, they will eventually compromise with you, and this is especially if they love you. They'll compromise and make sure that you both are happy. So Ariana Grande, as I see her in interviews and in the public, she really does represent Mercury and Cancer very well. Next up is her Venus in Taurus. People with this placement are rational and predictable when it comes to their love life, favoring comfort over chaos. So they love to have rational thinking, and they love to have comfort over chaos in their relationships, and you do see this with Ariana's relationship. She was in a specific relationship that there was a lot of things going on that were not positive, and she eventually no longer is with that person, and now she's with a happier person. She's a very rational person. If you see her in interviews, her rationale is honestly the best, and honestly is understandable why she has the rationale she does. She's a very nurturing person, and she's also very artistic. So she really does promote Venus and Taurus very well. Next up is her Mars in Virgo. Someone with this placement is very practical and rational, and are also very stickler for rules and maintaining a schedule. So she has Virgo and Mars, which is an earth sign, and they are known for being practical people and rational people. They use their intelligence rather than their emotions, and this is something that really helps. Someone like Ariana Grande, it will balance out her water sign and any other placement that deals with only strictly emotions. They are also people who love the rules, and they love to follow the rules at all moments, and they love having a schedule because they need order and they need structure, and they need things that keep them sane, because without these things she wouldn't be able to stay sane. That explains her Mars in Virgo. Next up is her Jupiter in Libra. When someone has this placement, they have the ability to listen to all sides and make the correct decision. So having Libra and the symbol is balances, they're going to try their best to listen to all sides of the situation and make sure that everyone is being listened to and everyone is being heard, and that everyone's point is being brought across. However, they are also the type of people who will make sure that the correct decision is being made at the moment. And this is something that is great for anyone, but especially if you're in a field that needs to deal with people being listened to and also bringing out great decisions. So this would be good for someone who would want to be in business, a lawyer, a judge, or anything that deals with bringing justice and hearing both sides of the situation. Next up is her Saturn in Pisces. Someone with this placement tends to look down on their issues as very unimportant in the grand scheme of things. So they're the type of people that they would see a situation, and if it's very minute or something that doesn't really go with their intuition, they'll be like, oh, I don't really need to deal with this. This isn't important. And either they'll never deal with it again, or they may deal with it when it becomes a huge issue. Someone with this placement also is very intuitive and creative with their talents. And something that happens a lot with Ariana Grande is her showing her creative art and showing her talents. If you've listened to her sing, she has a beautiful voice, and she's just a talented person, and that's something that she's very gifted in, and that really proves that she represents her Saturn in Pisces. Next is her Uranus and Capricorn. When someone has this placement, they're all about planning for the future as much as possible and making them automatic innovators. So Ariana Grande is the type of person who wants to plan for her future, and you do see her doing a lot of things, whether it's on a TV show or whether she's putting out a lot of music or whether she's doing other things that make her prepare for her future. She was on a lot of shows when she was younger, and the older she gets, she's always working and making sure that she's preparing for the future, not just only preparing for the present. Also, with this in mind, this makes her an automatic innovator, so she is able to make money off of new things. If you see, she has put out different beauty lines and has done a lot of things that not only deals with music, but also deals with preserving her future. Next up is her Neptuning Capricorn. Because she has this placement, she tends to focus on ways to increase her power, wealth, and influence. And now that we see her on The Voice, we do see that she has increased a lot of her influence, wealth, and power, and we do see her making new lines and doing things that help increase her wealth. So she really does want to make sure that not only that she prepares for her future, but she's able to retain a lot of the power she has, wealth, and influence. She's able to do this by working very hard and putting out reasonable goals that she's able to attain, and doing things that she knows she's very great at, and that's music, makeup, beauty, and other things that she's great at. So she represents this well. Next up is her Pluto in Scorpio. With this placement, she tends to be the type of person to look deeper into any situation to discover what's going on behind the scenes. I remember there's a quote from Wizards of Waverly Places, and it's in the song Everything Is Not What It Seems. So with this placement, Pluto in Scorpio, Ariana is the type of person to look deeper into a situation because she's not looking at surface stuff. She wants to know what is the reason, what is the purpose of something being what it is. And until she figures it out, she's going to make sure she presses the issue and make sure that the issue is being looked into. And this is something that she does a lot in her music and in her work for causes that are oftentimes underlooked. So this placement fits her well. Up next is her North Node in Sagittarius. And in order for her to uncover her hidden gifts and talents, she would need to have reliance on intuition, prophetic abilities, and invisible guidance. Speaking from higher consciousness, developing a sense of freedom and adventure, direct communication free from anything that is prohibiting that, trusting oneself, spending time alone and in nature, patience, intuitive listening, hearing the meaning behind the words. So with this list of things, in order for her to really uncover her gifts and her talents, she would need to develop these traits. And I think daily when we look at her life, she does bring these traits in her and develop these traits. So she's already doing what she needs to do in order for her to uncover her hidden talents and gifts. Next up is her Kiron and Leo. And what she's wounded by is the sense of self. Sometimes she feels as though she's not worth it, or in herself, if she's not making other people happy, or if anyone doesn't notice her, then she's not as big as she is, or that she's not important because these people don't like her or these people don't appreciate her. However, what she needs to realize is that she deserves everything and what she's doing is great, or anybody with a Leo and Kiron. Also, with this, you will have creative expression. So when you finally get your sense of self and realize that you are good enough, you are worth it, then you will show your creativity through expression. And Ariana Grande does this very well. She's very creative with her music, with her style, and with other things. Lastly would be her Capricorn rising / ascendant. People with this rising or ascendant typically have a serious nature. They are very timid, shy, or sensitive as a child. They're very responsible and are very practical. They also may at times try to question themselves or question their worth. They're always focused on their goals. They spend time managing their money and managing everything that they have, whether it's houses, cars, or anything that brings value to themselves. They may have had to overcome difficulties in life. They can be very self-destructive when very insecure. Also, they need a partner to protect them emotionally, and they are also very self-aware people. All of these characteristic traits literally describe Ariana Grande in the best way possible. Last but not least, lastly is her Scorpio in midheaven. These individuals know what they want and how to get it, but they can sometimes go too far and exhaust themselves. They understand and accept the darker side of life, and they have an innate desire to find the answers to life's deep and dark mysteries. They do best under leadership position, as they prefer not to be under anyone's thumb. And this is from Zodiac Society. So this describes someone with a Scorpio midheaven. They know what they want, but sometimes they don't know how to get it. However, eventually in life, they are able to get help, whether it's with family members, whether it's with a manager, or someone who can really help them. And after they got that help, they prefer to be the head of themselves and of their careers. That's all I have for you lovelies today in regards to Ariana Grande's natal chart. Please let me know down below how you felt about it, whether you learned something new about Ariana, and whether I missed something or could have added something, or what you liked the most. Please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, as well as that like button, and share this video with anyone you know, whether it's your friends, family, enemies, or anyone in general. Also, if you have not yet followed me on all of my social media accounts, and this is your calling as well to do so. So they are linked down below, and you also see them on the screen, and they're all under Abbie Dagrin except Snapchat, which is Abbie Dagrin 88. I'm also on Reddit, so you guys can follow me at Abbie Dagrin on Reddit. I love you all. Please stay safe and healthy. Know that you're loved and you're important and you can make it. Bye lovelies. See you guys on my next video.